Really excited to be working with Chris and Matt from Property Video Solutions, where we were for a very long time thinking about doing this, and it was the fact that we had so many agents keep asking, is there a solution for this problem? And I think we decided that it's something we better do, because the demand is there, agents are calling for it, and the solution is that they want video and they want Facebook adverts done for them, but they want them done correctly and they want them done in a powerful way, and that's exactly what we're trying to create here.
It's like Facebook and Apple merging. It's like two titans of the industry have said we're going to make this happen without all the tax dodging.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, so basically, just to follow on from Paul, look, we've run training. Paul's run training. You know, we've worked with agents for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and the same problems came up time and time again. Pre-COVID, it was we're scared of getting in front of the camera, and we don't. Obviously, COVID's helped that a little bit. We don't want to get in front of the camera. We don't want to do our own content. For business owners, if they were looking at their broader team, they didn't want necessarily to be the face, because they wanted their valuers to go out and do that stuff. But then there was concern around them building personal brand to a point and then effectively leaving them, which gives them a twofold gap. One, in terms of that goodwill and that sort of personal brand that's disappeared out of their organization, but secondly, someone who knows how to make that content for them. There was all of these sort of things where I haven't got the time to do it, I haven't got the skill to do it, I don't want to do it, but the need remains that without visual content, without film, photography, stuff that's relevant to their market, relevant to the local area, community-based stuff, they're missing a trick. And agents that are leveraging video content, as we've all said, Simon, you included, businesses that are leveraging video content are doing better because their online presence is online 24/7. So their customers can interact with them when they're not open, effectively.
Not just that, though, is it? It's not just that, Chris. You've got scalability in there as well, haven't you? It's that ability to distribute in any digital fashion is what's so powerful about all of this.
Yeah, very much so. I was just going to jump in. Yeah, it ties off a few pain points, and like you said, Simon, it's a turnkey solution. It's all in one. It's off the shelf. It's for those business owners that have been in the game 20, 30 years, and they know they need to do video. They just haven't got the time or the inclination, and they've actually got a bit of spare cash. So it's not going to be for everyone, and it's not a cheap product, but it wasn't designed to be like that. So it's
we're going to get rid of the proles. The proles, we're not interested in you. We're looking for quality here today. But I think it isn't. I mean, you can do so much of this yourself, but like with everything, if you want the specialists, if you want to concentrate on other things in your business, and let's face it, at the moment, who wouldn't want to have that? That's where this is just the perfect solution. I think what I love about this, and where I do get probably overly excited, is where I see businesses of suppliers of any type, whether that's prop tech or traditional, where they work together is what agents want, isn't it? They love that fusion, that ability to do it, because straight away it takes that need to kind of cobble it together yourselves out of the equation, don't they? Yeah. And let's face it, you're going to cover far more of the issues and challenges than anyone else ever would do.
The reality is you can do these things yourself, and we would always advocate, if you can if you can make savings and do these things yourselves. But if you want a professional look and feel, regardless of what it is, whether it's finance, whether it's video, whether it's photography for your business, whether it's social media, whether it's the best valuer, whether it's the best, lettings manager, you're buying skill effectively.
Agents that come on board with this now, are they still ahead of the curve? What I'm going to get to, there's going to be a point, isn't there, where we've kind of, we've all done it, so you're getting diminishing returns, but we're nowhere near that at the moment, are we? That country.
No. And I'll tell you why, because this is done at a hyper-local level. It is about hyper-local domination, effectively, where you've got your small area, your postcode, your patch, and it's very rare. Chris and me were talking about this the other day. How many agents in your area are actually doing video, and how many are actually doing that eBay and Amazon effect, where they've got watch one video and there you are every single day until they're ready and easy to reach out. So yeah, Facebook costs have gone up, but it's still one of the cheapest forms of advertising promotion. Where else can you show a bit of content and then keep showing content to someone who shows interest in that content? And you know, pennies a video view is still achievable on the local.
There's TikTok, of course, Paul, but I haven't. If I'm honest, I haven't generated much business off what I do on TikTok yet.
No. Yeah. There might not be the call for it in your gold hot pants, but
okay.
But no, on that, Simon, just on that point about early adoption of video content and actually social media, we're still at the very tip of the iceberg when it comes to estate agents leveraging video content in their business. And what you will see more increasingly, you will see agents who have had to use virtual tour during COVID, and they've continued to do that to let and to sell properties. The better agents or the higher end agents are using more cinematic stuff that is very presenter led and looks great, and is companies like us, you know, around the UK making them high end sort of property tour. But what is missing and the gap in the market, and only a few of our clients, you know, going back to what Paul said about, you know, where he's come from, you know, we work with, like Paul, hundreds of agents around the UK. We've trained maybe 1,000 agents now, you know, but of those 1,000, 70% aren't using their training to make video. So actually there's a huge gap. You also have to remember that, you know, there's around 18,000 or so letting in estate agents in the UK. I don't know how many branches that is, but I know that they're not all making video content. And if they are, they're very much making content that is what we call get video. There's two types. You either give content freely, advice, information, you know, stuff about your local area community, and then get videos, which are buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Now, I don't care who you are. Did have one person in training said, I love being sold to, but most people don't. As human beings, we love buying stuff, Simon particularly, but we hate being sold to. We like to make our own minds up and our own decisions. And going back to what Paul said about that drip feed on Facebook, you know, you'll notice in your feeds, if you pay close attention, you'll be sort of redirected the same sort of adverts. If you've shown an interest, you'll get another ad for a Rolex, 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 until you go, do you know what? I'm going to buy myself a Rolex. And that's what it does. It's that niggle, that earworm that says, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, but without saying, buy me, buy me, buy me, right? And that's where agents aren't leveraging video marketing as well as they potentially could do, you know, by giving information and advice and just general stuff about the market in their local area. Companies like, you know, like Dataloft, like Chris Watkin, like Jerry Lyons, who provide this great sort of holistic, you know, data and, you know, and blog content that just is attraction marketing. It draws people to you because they see you again and again and again. And that's where
Dataloft. Who was the other fella? Chris Watkins?
He's a butcher.
Big in the game, mate.
So, guys, do you think that obviously digital and video was kind of, it had to be the main answer for the last year, though, but it's not like the need for it's going to disappear just because we're coming out of lockdown, are we? Because our behaviors are still relatively similar. There's so many of us, first of all, still working from home, but then again, in terms of the key times when you are literally at home in the evening and browsing for everything, that's still only going to increase. And dare I say it, because so many people have got much more used to platforms, you know, the favorite, the silver generation or whatever they are browsing there. It is just an ever increasing demand for it, isn't it?
It is. And one thing you know, you can see from that is, you know, platforms like TikTok, snackable video content. Instagram's even come out in the last couple of weeks saying they're no longer an image platform; they're actually viewed as a video platform. So they know that that people now don't want to sit there reading over and over and over again. They just want quick videos, quick valuable content, and video is the only solution. So most of the content going forward on social media is going to be video.
Yeah, well, we start with the 3 green screen videos. It's on a monthly basis, rolling 6-month contract, and also we try and hyper localize. Like Paul mentioned, the actual phrase is hyper local domination, because it doesn't matter what another agent's doing 30, 40, maybe 30 or 40 miles down the road, but an hour away, because those people, those clients, those Facebook users aren't seeing, your feed. I mean, we always say this, but it's very easy to get caught up in the video world, in the estate agency world, that everyone's doing video, like you said, Simon, and it's just not true. It's just those that are engaged with video or seek to be better agents are seeing a lot of video because they are friends with other people that do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I say, it's 3 green screen presenter-led videos a month. There'll be 3 different types of articles every month. One will be mainly around your sort of like your area, what's going on. There'll be some ONS stats in there. There'll also be some stuff that we get from HMRC. So we've got a professional article writer. They're very much like a research hero. So you'll be getting some really good quality content. It's a bit of a mix, I guess, between Jerry Lyons and Chris Watkins' type of articles, where some will be more stat heavy based for, your potential landlords that are watching the videos, and others that are mainly sales based, some softer stuff like not necessarily getting your home ready for a viewing, but that kind of vein of form. And then also, well, obviously Paul Long's involved, the king of Facebook. So he'll do an onboarding call and get all your details and basically run your advertising, the back end of your advertising campaign through him.
So you're going to work that through in the way that you do, Paul, to make sure that this gets delivered to the right audience?
Just to explain what we'll be doing with the videos is first of all, we'll sit down, we'll look at the actual postcodes and your patch as such. Where do you want those valuations? Where do you want people to see your videos? We're then going to be looking at the retargeting aspect, which means that anyone who's watching those videos will then see you each week, each time a new video comes out without fail. So we do that by behavioral actions such as watching a certain percentage of the videos. But also the last thing just to point out, which I think is just as powerful as people seeing for the first time, is we look at all the places on a digital level where people will be coming in touch with you. So that would be visiting your website, going to your Instagram account, going to your Facebook page, watching your videos. Those people will see these videos over and over again until they're ready to reach out. And that's the really, really powerful part.
In addition to those pieces, so we have presenters that are professional presenters that come to our studios. We record pieces, for each client that are then branded and localized for each individual client. And then in addition to the 3 pieces, which we're going to record 4. So there's one sales article, 1 lettings article, one property lifestyle article, and 1 general lifestyle article that's about current affairs or the market or whatever it might be, something that's topical now. And then 3 animated stat visuals as well, so that they get something that's highly engaging. Animated content's sort of proven to grab people's attention within 0.2 of a second. So it mixes up that content. So you get that's a bit of a mix between professional presenter, localized and branded to your agency, plus some stat as well, animations. So they get 6 or 7 pieces. If they're a letting and sales office, we'll probably just give them both and let them have the choice or whatever. But we need to be mindful that some are let only, some are sales only. So yeah, but the idea is that they get a nice chunk of content every month that keeps their channels moving. And then Paul, Facebook genius, can just effectively continue pushing them to the right market. Yeah. It's not crazy expensive either. It's that sort of middle ground where you're getting a complete solution, turnkey. All you do is sign up for 6 months, and then your content doesn't even come to you necessarily if you don't want it to. It just goes out on your Facebook channels. I mean, we would advise that we send you the content as well, so you've got it on your systems, and actually work, and you want to put them on your YouTube, and you want to put them on your, on your LinkedIn as well, so you get that broader brush social coverage. But ostensibly, buyers, your buyers and Facebook are intrinsically linked, right? And that's really important. So, and we can effectively go from top to bottom. Do the deal on the top. We make we get the presenter in. We build the content. We edit it up. you know, we send the content to Paul. Paul does the social media. It goes on all their channels, and they optimize, and then all your views come. You know, you don't have to worry about someone leaving you. You don't have to worry about making it. You don't have to worry about sourcing the content. You don't have to worry about editing. You don't have to worry about lighting. You don't have to worry about Facebook. You don't have to worry about paying for your advertising, running your campaigns. Nothing. Literally nothing. It's a complete...
Oh, I don't have to worry about anything. Is that what you're saying, Chris?
Well, I mean, I would worry about those gold hot pants, but...
So talk. I mean, I suppose the key point about this is that you can't be offering this to multiple people down the same high street, can you? So are you going to work on postcode exclusivity? How's it working?
Good question, and yes, that's the answer.
That is the answer. Yeah.
Nicked it. Stephen Baker just said, "Is it exclusive one agent?"
Exclusive to one agent per area. Yeah. I mean, look, you know, at effectively £1,000 a month, you know, plus the VAT. I mean, everyone's VAT registered anyway, so it's irrelevant. But effectively, at £1,000 a month.
You've got to be what? VAT registered since what? Oh, sorry. Ring me after.
But no, effectively, you know, there are going to be some agents that are put off by that. But actually, if you work out what they're getting for their money, it's pretty cost effective overall. But
have you broken it down yet? Do you know what that level of postcode exclusivity will be? Is it just per, what do they call it, sector or whatever else, or is it per town? Or
I mean, look, in smaller towns, like we're based in Grantham in the Midlands, as you know, there's an NG31 and an NG32 postcode. Yeah. I probably wouldn't sell into an NG32 if there was an NG31. I don't think that would be fair because of the population split. Yes, but in London,
major cities.
In London,
essentially, you won't let it become where it's an issue, is it? You're not going to have
because it's not going to help anyone. The idea is that it's not supposed to be for everyone. You know, we want to help as many people as we can, but there is no sense, you know, treading on someone else's toes when they're giving you their business, they're giving you their trust, they're giving you the opportunity to help them grow their business. You know, you should. We believe, all three of us believe, that we should repay that, you know, by being sensible about that sort of postcode and that sort of proximity to, you know, to each other.
Well, you've also, I think, set just to make sure you're giving really high level of service. You're setting a scarcity level just for the first month or two. To 10
we're going to work with 20 agents for the time being, because we want to work with the first 20 to really make it perfect and sing. Because until we get 8-10 agents doing signed up and doing, we've been doing sort of one or two. We need to get the mechanics right. So for the first 10 people that sign up, we're doing it at $795.
Ooh. So they're going to get a bit of extra love as well. I mean, not that that's not a bonus, but I just mean in terms of customer care.
Still including that £100 worth of advertising spend. So $795, and that's for the first 10, because obviously early adopters, we need to test it. They'll be aware that, you know, that there might be a teething problem here or there, but we want to, you know, thank them for their support and also, you know, their trust. And that price will stay forever for them.
Oh, it's okay. Well, you've heard it here. Kerfuffle Exclusive again. I'm having that. That's a fantastic service, guys. Really, really good. I mean, it's great. It's great at the top level one there, but that's a really rounded professional service. And I just don't know which sort of agency can't. You know, if you're doing this yourself well and you've got enough hours in the day, fantastic. But if you've got an appetite to be doing it professionally and to save yourself some time, you can't find a better pair of businesses to work. Well, I haven't seen them yet, anyway. In this industry,
they don't exist.
They don't exist. Go have a look. I mean, as usual, I always say, make sure you have a look at both of these guys' landing pages on the big pink site on Kerfuffle there. See again the sort of quality of agents that deal with them there. This is not one of those difficult ones where sometimes choosing a supplier is a step into the dark. You know, not just on Kerfuffle. There's another little website called Facebook where you can see them all shouting about how good you guys are. I think it's brilliant, guys. Really, really, really good.
The website's now live. So www.propvideoclub.co.uk. So all of the detail about what's included. There's a downloadable pack if you want to show it to your MD. You know, there's all the information's on there, all the contact information. There's a contact form if you want us to give you a call back.
A couple of examples.
Some examples of content on there as well. So it's a fully built and, you know, rounded out website again that Paul and Matt and I have spent, you know, a good 6 months putting together. So
Gent's really good. As I said, it goes without saying. I think it sounds a really innovative solution for solving a real problem rather than some of the imaginary ones that sometimes take place in this industry.
Yeah.
So today I'll leave it there, but do come back to us. Give us obviously feedback how that's developing down the line as well.
We'll do.
Brilliant.
Will do. Thanks for your time, Simon. Cheers, mate.
Have a great one. Cheerio. Have a great week, everybody.
Cheers, bye.